Welcome to Vintage Gaming Memories. Shall we play a game?
From Thorn EMI.
Hello everyone, thanks for checking out this video. Let's just jump right in. So this one is a Atari related item, or actually let's call it plural items, and I think it was a great pickup, but we shall see. It's a bundle purchase, as you can kind of tell with the 3 boxes all taped up. It was from eBay, and usually these bundle purchases, or a lot of items, I guess you can call them, are kind of a hit and miss, because not all of them are in great condition. Some are, but sometimes it kind of lures you in because you want 1 or 2 of them. But in this lot, there's 7 Atari 8-bit computer games by the British company Thorn EMI. So in the 80s, it was pretty much hard not to see the advertisements from Thorn EMI in the magazines like Antic or Analog. And they actually started on the Atari side. They expanded into the Commodore and Spectrum after that. Now, they had some good games labeled by them, and I believe a few of them might be in this lot, but we will have to take a look and see. So let's open up these boxes and see what we have. Well, my guess is probably 3 games, and 1, because there's 7 in total, but let's keep going. Well, here are all 7 of the Thorn EMI software that came in the 3 boxes. We have Home Financial Management, Jumbo Jet Pilot, Humpty Dumpty, and Jack and Jill, Darts, Pool, Snooker and Billiards, Super Cubes, and Slip. Now, let's check each one of these because it's supposed to be a CIB, complete in box. Instead of having you watch me open each one of these boxes for about 3.5 minutes, I figured a brief background overlay is far better to hear while I speed through the video at about 4 times the original speed. Out of the 7 software titles that you see here, there are 6 that are cassettes and 1 that is a cartridge. Back in the early 80s, you could expect to pay around $35 for the cartridge and about $20 for the cassette ones. The one that is a cartridge is the Jumbo Jet Pilot game. Also to note in this lot of games is that there is one that is missing the instructions, which is the darts game. It's not a big deal, but just wanted to note that. Seriously though, I think this is a great deal. I got 7 with their cases and all the information except for the one without instructions, but pretty much complete for all the others. So I'm thinking of doing is we'll just load 1 game from a cassette, probably, I don't know, not that one, not darts, not pool or snooker and billiards. Maybe we'll do Super Cubes and Slip, or maybe Humpty Dumpty and Jack and Jill. But obviously and for sure, the only one with the cartridge would be Jumbo Jet Pilot. We're going to do that one. Let's do that first and see how that looks and turns out. Alright, well here we go with Jumbo Jet Pilot. And I do remember playing this, or maybe putting a snippet in one of my previous videos. It's more of a flight simulator game, so not much action, but let's just make sure this thing works. And we'll try it with the Atari 800 XL right over here. Alright, looks good. I can give you a quick example of this game if you haven't seen this before. I think it's pretty boring from what I remember, but let's see. You can select the skill level from 1 through 5. We'll go with 1. Option is day or night. We'll stay with day, and then we'll start. My goal, I'm right over here, and I need to get to this part of the grid by flying. That little square that I'm at, if I hit the M, that shows it right here. That's the runway I have to taxi out of and come out over here and fly and land over here. So let's see, here's my clock starting and my fuel, my elevator setting, my throttle, longitude, latitude. So let's give it some throttle. Let me change my elevator settings so I can see the runway more. Kind of changing this down a little bit, pitching wise down. I have the brake on, so let's hit B, release the brake. Now I'm going to go to the left so I can kind of move around on this runway. And let's see if I am moving. That's me right here, that little yellow dot. Let's increase the throttle. As you can see, I'm off the runway there. So I'm going to just try to go full throttle and take off. Let's see what happens. Alright, I'm airborne. You can see I'm climbing here. You can see I move now to the second square on the grid. So I am progressing, but there's a long ways to go from here to there. I am not going to bore you with that, but let me show you how it looks when you crash. So that is Jumbo Jet Pilot Simulation game. 15 minutes, you didn't, or almost 16 minutes, you didn't get to see all of it, thankfully. But you can see it does take a lot of patience, a lot of practice and knowledge. You really want to make sure you pitch the plane correctly. You want to make sure you keep the your horizon level. You want to have the right amount of throttle. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on. And there's a few keyboard commands, which I don't know offhand. I know there's a landing gear, the lights, stuff like that. But anyhow, I just want to show you the game a little bit and making sure that it works. So that's a good thing. Now that we know that the one cartridge game works, let's try one of the other cassette software. I wouldn't say games, because one of it is a home financial management software. So one of the cassette programs, and see how that turns out. I'm leaning towards this one, Humpty, Dumpty, and Jack and Jill. It's just for the purpose of making sure it works and pulling out the 410 program recorder and seeing how that goes. That 410 program recorder we're going to use, it has been, the belts have been replaced. It's been all cleaned up inside. I've done some maintenance on it, so I'm sure it's going to work fine. But it's been a while since I loaded a cassette game or cassette software on it, so I'm looking forward to seeing if it works with this one. Okay, I have my 410 recorder plugged in and all ready to go. And I have the cassette, Humpty Dumpty, side 1. So let's put that in there. And it is rewound, but I'll just press rewind just to make sure the power is coming through. We'll go ahead and hold start, turn it on. We'll press play and press return. Well, that wasn't too bad. It didn't take too long. Let's stop that. And I think option is my difficulty level. Here's skill level. And let's start. All right, so when the music stops, I have to rebuild the picture. So, let's see. Definitely a kid's game, but just wanted to see how this game really looked and how it played, and actually to test the 410 recorder. Let's try one more. We'll go a higher difficulty level. I think we can go, all right, we'll go 6 and skill 6. Yeah, no way am I going to do this one. I really just wanted to see how difficult it would have been at this level, and it is definitely difficult. Overall, this game, Humpty Dumpty and Jack and Jill, is really a puzzle-type game to challenge one's mind with memory and pattern recognition and critical thinking, which is great and all, but definitely not something I'm interested in with this type of scenario. Comment down below and let me know if you've seen this game before, or if this is the type of game you like. Now, I can see the appeal to this particular game for kids, but not for me back then or even now. Now, one might ask, why would you buy these 7 Thorn EMI boxes? Well, 1, I'm not a collector of Thorn EMI games, and 2, I'm not a heavy software or game collector in general. I have about 400 original Atari games, which is small in comparison with true collectors that have like thousands of games, but I don't have one single Thorn EMI in the mix. Now I have 7. Truly, this was a purchase on the whim. I saw it on eBay and thought, hey, why not? And I don't have any of those that look like that in the box, so I thought that was pretty cool, at least to get 7 of these and put them in my shelf and have some of those memories, those vintage gaming memories. Once in a while I'll come across something like that and I'll pull the trigger. Thanks for stopping by and checking out this video. I really appreciate it. And remember, keep that gaming passion from the past alive by living it today. Take care, everyone.